Hey guys, your boy S91 Mercury here, coming at you with some more Loomis logs. And today I want to talk about how to win in the arena and different strategies for that, and help some of you free players out with a free-to-play team that is actually pretty decent. So this is the one I want to highlight here. This is an Earthmane team that's on move 1. Yes, that's kind of strange. There's the talents for you. The one thing you got to have to make this team complete is the Ninja Pakun Army of Dogs. So get that if you don't got that. The thing that's nice about move 1 ninjas that have like immunity on them, like that guidance passive there, is that you can use them to pop dodges, right? And that's important, all right? So I just want to get into it here. The team I'm running is an example of a buffing team, right? What's a buffing team? Well, it's one of two types. There's the buffing teams and the debuffing teams. We'll get to those later. And the thing that is interesting about buffing teams is that they use buffs, right? You want to go into the arena with as much attack power as possible. Remember, the only thing that is not equalized in the arena is your initiative stat. So you want to come in with passives that give you an edge in attack and in ninjutsu, and that's what we got here. We got Pose of Duel running. I get a 30% buff from that as long as there's a shield that's supplied by Aruka, right? That gives you another 30% increase on attack and ninjutsu, and of course, if you have full HP, right, you get some extra from the Pose Invincibility here from Windblade Asuma. All right, and so you didn't really get to see, well, maybe if you were paying attention there in that last fight, I was able to take a lot of life off in the first round, all right? So a lot of times I think battles are won and lost in the first round, depending on what happens. Obviously, this sort of team that I'm running is vulnerable to debuffing teams. So if you come across like a Kage Conference Madara, that's a real pain in the butt. So let's just see how this goes here. All right, I use the Earthmane to kind of trip those defense mechanisms like a dodge or this Kimimaro thing, right, and let Hinata just do her work. All right, so we're gonna go for the water main there. That is good. I like that. All right, we'll just let that let her be there. Hinata takes care of her for us, so that's good. All right, we'll save our Aruka here for this guy. What's his face? Orochimaru. And you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of Sakura. Right. Earth on water is also advantageous. You get a 20% attack there. Also, tagging is great. That lowers their defense and resistance by 30%. All right, so you definitely want to do that. All right, so I don't have any chakra to interrupt, so we're gonna have to put up with the Hashirama coming out, which is annoying, but I'm not gonna worry. We're gonna be just fine. Now he gets this passive barrier, or not? It's not actually. It's an act. It's, well, whatever. The barrier is gonna help him out. You know, he's gonna get that extra attack. And let's see here. This is gonna be. It's gonna go with Kimi there. Okay, there it is. But we're still sitting pretty good. We still have like full life on people. Blind that Hashi, and that is all she wrote. All right, so this team is kind of nice. All right, what the idea here is you definitely just want to go in with a lopsided advantage on your attack stats. All right, Earthmanes are good at this. Earthmanes are good at doing damage kind of up front in the first 2 rounds. That's what they can do. Right, Earthmane is not, I don't know, as running him as a support in the arena is kind of tricky. You have to have the right sort of ninjas to do it. But for you free players, right, it doesn't always work that way. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, we'll show you one more example, and then I'll go to a debuffing strategy team. We'll run the water main and her shark bombing thing. It's another decent team to do. Right, you're going to have a Han for that, so I don't know if you got that. It's probably not necessarily free to play, but, you know, that's just the way it is. Okay. So not dodging that. That's good. Look at that. Look at all that damage we did to that wind main there. All right, so we'll target her next round. Sakura is immobilized. All right, so that's all she wrote, right? You know, one of the things that's nice about these kind of teams is you can demoralize your opponent right away. That is the kind of the name of the game. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna switch to my water main. Let's change that class. All right. Come back here. Alright, we are back, and here is my water main team that I want to use now. You can, debate about how free to play this is, right? I mean, obviously, Han is a super rare in the Jin Cherokee 2 treasure, and Mei is a rare in Kage treasure, but you probably have these ninjas, and you might have your Kurenai skill broken, right? So if you're, if you're a brand new player, you're probably not going to be able to get something like this. But this is a good example of a debuffing team, and it's pretty effective, right? And so just to kind of show it off, here's the talents. It's a little different. I like using the dissection blade. I always want to be able to chaos somebody. That's important. And we're gonna run Poison Tie. You could run the other passive here, the Experimental Ninjutsu, so you can keep using the water main constantly. I kind of like using Poison Tie though, because you have some other mysteries available here you can use that are pretty good, especially like Mei's, right? It's nice to be able to use hers. So we're gonna try her out here, and the point here is to take away debuffs, right? That's Han's job, that's why he's in there. Han is in there to tank damage, and I set the team up this way kind of for a reason. Because people like this, Jonin Minato, if you line up the traditional way, where you're all kind of, four in a corner like I was in the last team, you have a tendency to get your move one to get beat up, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna go for this this fire main here. I probably should have saved Han, for the shielding thing, but whatever. That's where we're at, right? Now he's got a lot of ways of recovering from the debuffs that I put on. This team, he's got this Sakura, right? He's got the fire main, and I am not fast enough. Look at that, I am too slow, and that is the end of me, so I am going to retreat. You know what, you got to be faster than your opponent in the arena to win, and in this case, I was slow as molasses. So that is that. Probably should have just looked out for that, but that's all right. Let's just keep it up here, get some good fights. Let's see, I'm going to be fighting this person again, and I'm not going to bother, so I'm going to just... Alright, here we are, we're back, and we got ourselves a good fight here. We got a Sasori, we're going to take away his shields. Leah's going to hit me, so I'm alright. Oh gosh, come on. There we go, there's the Han. Alright. And let's see here, who do I want to kind of take care of? Alright, that works for me. I'm gonna go after this main. I don't know if the main has super armor or what. We got some good chaosing going there. Alright. Tag everybody up. Alright, that's what I like to see. Look at that, we got 3 people chaosed. And he decided to go for Han, who gets healed up. I've never used Lee in the arena before. I don't, that particular Lee. I forget which one that is. Looks kind of cool though. All right, and now we use Mei. The thing that's nice about Mei is if you have the barrier, you can get yourself another standard attack there. You see what she just did, and then of course she puts ignition on people. She immobilizes people. All these kind of debuffs is what you want to use, right? Here you're trying to control your component. You want to poison them. You want to ignite them. All right. We use. You want Kurenai in there for the mirror purposes. She really is a guard against like Susanoo Itachi, or even those pesky Shisui teams. Root teams fall to this. Okay, so here we have... Alright, so this is a team that does have some buffs, and they're just going to retreat on us. They don't want to deal with my Shark Bomb nonsense, so I don't blame them for that. Alright, I'd like to run into a root team here. Those are the most fun to fight. So we're gonna do Warriors Killing Intent. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take that away, and I should have waited because I could have taken away that immunity, and I think my water main is gonna get beat up here. I don't have a way of absorbing chakra, so I could be in a world of hurt here. It's one thing, if you don't have a way of generating chakra, you can't use Kurenai and Han in the first round. And that's one thing I don't like about this team so much. Alright, I'm going to go for Jinin. All that poison, that's good. Alright. Okay, let's see if we can find some other good fights here. I want to demonstrate this power against a root team. Root teams are always really annoying to deal with in the arena because they are buffing teams. They buff resistance, a bunch of stuff like that. Okay, this is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be debuff versus debuff here. Wow, we got a Choji, man. Check that out. Okay. I'm gonna go for that water main, I think. That's what I want to do. Oh, man. This is bad. We are gonna have to retreat, because Choji just totally took us apart, alright? That's one problem, right? You can't heal up, can't do anything against that, Debuff versus debuff, it kind of depends on some of the RNG, depends on initiative. And, that combination of that Minato and that whatever his face is, Kage Conference Madara. Alright, this is a root team. And we got Jinchuriki buff. We got shields. We got all kinds of crap. Now this lady right here is really annoying in the arena, and she is right across from my water main. So I'm probably going to actually not have her available. Alright, to go number 1, first round. And, alright, so this person just didn't want to have anything to do with me. Right, so root teams, they usually, once they see a Han, they're just like, oh my gosh, let me get out of here, alright? Okay, well anyway, that is the basic idea. Debuffing strats, alright, there's different teams for that. We can kind of look at them, right? Usually they involve water main and fire main, right? You can debuff really easily with those mains because you're healing or you're using Genjutsu Mirror. And then, you can kind of power up your teams. I can show you another debuffing team some other day with the fire main I like a lot. But that is basically the video. If that helps you kind of with your team building strategies, please give me a comment, give me a like, and I will talk to you later.